Yeah.
We have as much shit as you would like this evening.
Speaking of the Orioles.
Yeah, right.
God damn it, they are bad.
Pretty bad.
I'm just glad
I realize how weird this looks. Like,
yeah.
I'm just adjusting
Today's
a
my
microphone.
last day on Earth.
That'll get you removed from YouTube these days.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they don't give a shit about our 50 views of video. Like,
Right.
like, this worked last time. I'm gonna make it work.
God damn it, you're gonna cut a finger off. It's gonna
Yeah.
Anyway,
Where's the keys so I can drive you to the hospital?
welcome back to another Last Call podcast. My name is Mikey T. I'm joined in studio by the big Philly Style, and of course, Tristan is phoning in from the great state of Ohio.
How?
Thankfully, we didn't get removed by a tornado.
Again?
We had an actual. It wasn't no tornado form, but like it was a legit tornado warning. So like, my phone, because these days everybody's smartphone is connected to the emergency alert system, right? So my phone starts going like, and then I pick it up and it's like tornado in the town. Could arrive in the town you live in.
Nice.
Seek shelter. And I'm like,
do you have?
All right, let's take a pause. Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers. We can't start this. If we're gonna film this like once a month now, we might as well. Let's do it right.
Side note.
That'll do.
On my desk, because my beverage choices have got out of control, I have Fireball, Captain and Coke, water, because hydration is important, and coffee that I had left over from earlier, because I was like, oh, I'll have some coffee during the show. Well, I have 4 drinks on my desk. I don't know why.
So you're saying the diet is going well. Oh. So
my phone starts going, tornado coming. And I'm like, all right, kids, let's go to the basement. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, tornadoes and shit. And then
tornadoes and shit.
You ever seen
the town I live in has actual tornado sirens. So that shit starts going off, and
so like they said, like burn.
Yeah. It's like living in fucking Silent Hill.
That's terrible.
It is fucking horrifying. I was way less scared of the tornado than I was of those fucking sirens. But no tornadoes arrived. We're okay.
All right. Everybody's alive. No tornadoes.
Good. You guys still got snow, or what's the temperature?
No, spring finally broke Friday, I think. We got snow. We got snow Wednesday, I think, and then finally weather broke. We had like 60s, 70s over the weekend. So we're over the hump now.
We're still in Maryland, where yesterday it was 70 and gorgeous, and today was 50 and raining. So you know.
Yeah, we're in the same ballpark.
I don't think you ever get used to that shit.
Nobody got sucked out of Twinsburg by a tornado, not like the lady who was sucked out of an airplane on a Southwest Airlines flight.
Good transition.
In which the engine exploded, sending shrapnel into the passenger cabin, sucking one lady temporarily out of the plane. They had to drag her back in, where she died later in the hospital. This is my nightmare. What say you?
That sounds truly like one of the worst things that I've ever heard in my life.
I think Dixon finally has a point for not flying Southwest.
I've only flown twice, and I've been terrified both times. And this is before I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder. So you could only imagine if I tried to do that now.
What if Lyft had flights?
They have affordable rates.
By the way, can you hear him all right? Because I remember we
were asking.
Just get up on the microphone. Pull it towards you.
This is a setup. I know it is.
No, it's not a dick. You just got to stay up on the microphone, pointed at your mouth.
Thanks,
so
James.
I've flown probably due to job circumstances and stuff. I've flown probably, I don't know, 20 times maybe in the last year or so. And this horrifies me because I always sit above the wing. Okay. Because I don't pay for I always fly Southwest and I always sit above the wing because I don't pay for the priority upgrade into the A boarding zone. So I always end up in the B boarding zone, and the B tends to be the first seats right around the engines where they're still always open and available. Right. I always sit right next to this goddamn engine where this woman got sucked out of this motherfucking plane.
Wait, is that the emergency exit row? Is that right there?
No, I wish. No, that's always the A's get
that's
shit.
Extra
the
leg
are on board. The A's are in the emergency escape rows. I'm a couple of rows back from that.
Okay. I flew with an old friend of mine, and those were available. And he's taller than I am. He's probably 6'4", and he's all leg. And so we sat down there, and he's like, "No, this is the help row." I'm like, well, I don't know what that is. And the stewardess or whatever, comes up to me and was like, "So in case of emergency, are you willing to help if there's?" I'm like, "Oh hell no!" So I left him there for his leg room. And
you fucking left when they asked you that question. All you have to say is yes.
But then it wouldn't happen.
And you get to stay in the row with extra leg room.
Yeah, and then the event that something goes down, they're not going to be like, "Wait, I saw that guy. He was supposed to stay.
He was supposed to help."
This is America, not Bangladesh. You were literally safer in that seat than you were driving on an American highway. All you had to say was, "Yeah, if something goes down, I'll try to open that door." That's all they were asking.
Sue me. I have a thin moral code, okay?
Nobody
I have
asked you.
No moral code.
Okay, so I have a really higher moral code.
Nobody asked you to be the last one off the plane if it goes down in the Hudson, dude. They just were like, "Look, man, you got to fucking try to open that door." What was your plan? I mean, you literally would have been the first one at the door. Nobody says you have to wait for everybody else to go through it. That is prime escape territory right there.
Fuck y'all, deuces.
That's absolutely what I would have done.
You made your situation worse. You went back a few rows. Now you got to wait behind 40 of the great unwashed to work their way in an orderly fashion through a door while an airplane is presumably on fire.
Since we're talking about flights, I wanted to share my my first time ever flying, because I was really overwhelmed with fear the first time that I saw this. I got on we take off. I was going to Key West. And at a layover.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Yeah, it was 10 years. It was a long
Point that microphone at your motherfucking face, Phil.
Why?
Just turn it on pointed at you. That's all you have to do.
Better.
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can move it back and forth for you.
Fuck you.
Flying to Key West, meeting dudes, getting cray-cray. Go ahead.
It was all good and all. Until we had to take the little puddle jumper from Miami to Key West.
Those are the ones you die on.
Oh my God. Well, first off, the view of the flight where we're going over that could have been my grave was beautiful, but the windows on this plane,
this would be a great place to die.
Yeah. I swear to you, the windows had duct tape on them.
Yeah.
I swear, this is my first time ever in a flight. And I'm like, in one of these little ass planes.
So you're saying it was Spirit Airlines?
No, I don't even know what it was. All I know is they had beer and minis.
No,
talking the microphone.
I've done this before. I'm having a problem. I don't know.
I'm with you. I went to visit my grandfather a couple of years ago, and he lives on an island on the west coast of Canada. And so, you could take a flight. You take a flight to Seattle, then you take a flight to Vancouver, and then you can either drive a long way to get to him, or you could take a little tiny ass plane to get to the airport that's near him. And it's more like getting on a bus than it is like a plane.
Yeah.
There's no fucking cockpit door. It's just the pilot and the co-pilot are up there. They don't get on the thing to make announcements. They fucking turn around. They're like, "All right, guys, we're going to fire up the engines here in a minute."
Yeah.
They're like, "You
sit back and relax."
Like,
there's no fucking carry-on luggage. There's nowhere to put any carry-on luggage. There's like a metal seat, and you strap your ass in, and they fly your ass up and down. You're up in and out in 45 minutes, but it is a pretty scary 45 minutes.
I can identify with that.
I just thought of something. What is more sad, being like a Browns fan right now or a Orioles fan?
Ooh.
Well, the Browns
Ouch.
are.
They've got 2 picks, don't they?
They are poised to make some of the biggest mistakes they've ever made.
But they're technically undefeated at the moment, right? Like
they are also winless.
They have yet to lose a game in the 2018 season.
I mean, they got 2 picks. I think they have the number 1 and number 4, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't really pay attention to football, so that's all I got.
I have an answer to your question. It literally cannot get worse to be a Browns fan. As bad as it seems, it can definitely get worse to be an Orioles fan.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that.
The season is very, very long, and it has barely started.
Right.
Yeah, you can kind of. I feel like you can gloss over 16 games. It's hard to gloss over 100 and
162 now.
162, yeah.
I wanted to say 182. I was like, that seems too many.
I've made that mistake. I don't know how, but
162 is too many. But everybody loses 50. Everybody wins 50. It's the last 50 that's important. That's
like one of the players brought this up last week about we're playing too much baseball. I am obviously not a player, but as a fan, I love it because it's the game that I love, and I get to watch baseball almost every single day, and that's fantastic for me. But as players, I mean, I guess there is a grievance there or an issue that needs to be addressed.
It's easy to put a product on the field. What do they play 4 days a week?
Sometimes 5.
Sometimes 5.
Yeah.
So they can always have something.
Their days off are very, very few and far between.
To me, it's always been too much baseball. I mean, I can't even commit to 16 football games a year, let alone 162 baseball games. So,
right.
You get into an interesting question is at the end of the year, how do you determine who the best team is, right? Like football has the problem. There's only 16 games. You got the any given Sunday shit. You know what I mean? Like you go 16-0 and then lose in the playoffs, right? Like, were you the best football team that year? Probably, but you lost in the playoffs. I would think at the end of a 162 game season, you don't need baseball playoffs because you know who the best team is, or you should at the end of 162 fucking games of baseball.
But you have to have that payoff, like at the end. Otherwise, it feels like it went nowhere. To me, that's how baseball always feels.
First off, your opinion on baseball doesn't weigh anything with me because I know your opinion on baseball.
I'm convinced you just really like orange.
I like orange.
Clearly, I almost wore an orange jersey tonight too. So
I know you did. That's why I picked this out. You told me Phil was coming. I was like, I know what I'm fucking wearing tonight.
Twinsies. Jesus.
I swung and I missed. Yeah. No, I think baseball playoffs are weird and redundant. I love them. But you don't need to play 162 games and a playoff. You could play 50 games and a playoff, and it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense to create this huge sample size. So each team plays 162 games. You could do the math. I can't off the top of my head, how many teams times how many games.
I can't math ever. So but what I wanted to say was that the any given Sunday thing applies to this too, because so the Red Sox are off to one of the best starts in history, and then the Oakland Athletics are off to a normal start and pretty terrible. We're around the same, and Mikey's asleep. The dick, and one of the Oakland A's pitches a no-hitter against the Red Sox. So
I'm with you. Any given Sunday,
amazing. That's the game.
No, see, here's the problem. And that's the problem with 162 games. That guy pitches a no-hitter against the almost undefeated Red Sox.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? There's 161 other games to play. That's the problem with baseball.
But it's a no-hitter.
So baseball is too stats driven. I
can't agree with that.
I don't like that there is a meaningless stat. They have this in all sports, but they especially have it in baseball because it has that sort of slow pace. Not that it's any slower or there's less action than other sports, but some. But I mean, like football, for example, there's a lot of downtime in football.
Right.
And you hear those stats, but in baseball, it's almost like a golf announcer where they're just kind of like they're having like a leisurely talk while stuff goes down because there's a good chance that you'll go significant amounts of time without anything exciting happening. And then
you ever heard Jim Palmer call an Orioles game? I heard him talk 4 minutes about one pitch.
Which one's the one that looks like a zombie right now? Is that Palmer?
Yeah.
Actually, I had someone tell me the other day that Palmer looked immortal for years until this season. It's this season only.
Yes, that is Palmer.
That's like, oh my God, Palmer's aging because of this season right now.
You know what he looks like?
When he was 52 or something, like, you know.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Billy Bob Thornton from the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
or he was Bad Santa.
He's like sugar, water, like somebody's wearing his skin.
That's not Billy Bob Thornton.
Fucked up,
whatever,
but yet accurate.
I got you a reference.
Whoever the hell that is. Who was that? Someone else.
That was the guy from Full Metal Jacket. That was Kingpin.
Shit.
Yeah, I know it too. It's on. Yeah.
Would you start to say it? Did you?
I said Kingpin is. I just can't.
You got the computer close by.
Yeah, I know.
Because I have to know, or it's just going to bother me all the time. Damn it! Yeah.
God damn it! What is his fucking name? Vincent D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. Yeah, that's right.
I
don't know why I said Billy Bob. Anyway, yeah, he looks like horrible. Like his face is melting off.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, he's 72 now. He looked like he was in his 50s for years. He is not young anymore.
He just did some ancestry DNA shit and found out because he was adopted.
He's 40% plastic.
What did he find out?
That he has like a whole nother side of the family that he didn't even, or like set of family members that he had no idea, like living in New York. And they're like, oh, you grew up Yankees fans, but we loved watching Palmer pitch. And now we know that he's like our cousin. They did a little thing on it on Masson.
I want to do that.
I want to too because I'm such a hodgepodge of Eastern European soup.
But that's how I feel like they all come back. That's how I feel like all of them are like you're fucking 10% Germanic and 20% fucking Western European and 8% Black and
right. Like I know for a fact,
like,
because my grandfather on my dad's side came over from Czechoslovakia. So I have at least that solid evidence, and then my grandfather on my mom's side has a Hungarian last name, so I'm not sure how deep that Hungarian root goes. And then my other two grandmothers are in the like Carpathian Mountain area, and the other it was a term we used. We're called hunkies. It was a little place called Galicia that doesn't exist anymore, which I think is probably like southern Poland at this point. So
is that like the white Wakanda? Guys all up in private. You do not know the way. Seriously, is Palmer?
I'm fucking crying.
That's Palmer from like 3 years ago, though. That's not what he looks like anymore, is it?
No, I feel like that's pretty accurate, but. See, look, I think he had a stroke or something.
Yeah, no, he does not look good. Like he's getting big and
he's not shaving. Like
it's the eyes. It seriously looks like he has a face on top of another face. Like it's just like facial layers, and they're not sitting right. Like he's like how they made Mike Myers with the Captain Kirk mask. It kind of looks like that. Like you took like a poorly made face and put it over a regular face, and you can just see the eyes sort of peering out from under it, and it's horrifying.
That might be what it is at this point. It's just layer after layer of plastic. It's just built up.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who look dead,
box on, I think.
Barbara Bush passed away this week.
Sad.
Was it?
I mean, wasn't she like 98 or something?
I don't know. I guess I was a little shocked at the national reaction. Like everybody coming out on Facebook being like, shame. She was a classy lady. Like, and these are people my age. Like, I don't have anything against her. I don't think she did anything particularly bad. Although I think she was a spearhead on the, war against drugs, right? Like that was kind of one of her things. But I don't know. I was surprised at how reactive everyone was.
Followed her death of like, because it's George Sr. in the wheelchair with Hillary and Bill, and then Michelle and Barack, and then
the photo without Donald. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's like, the new X-Men movie looks dope.
Yeah.
it was
looks like a yearbook photo at a reunion. Like they all look so happy, and they're like, "Oh, look at all of us! We're the fucking most."
In front in the wheelchair, and it's like, this new X-Men movie looks dope. I was crying. I wanted to talk about this because, or just bring it up anyway, because I literally have never laughed out loud harder. I was at work the other day. I was just having to check my Facebook feed, and Jason Yee popped up, and he shared a memory. And as a diehard Metallica fan, this caught me so hard and off guard. And so it was Cliff Burton's born and died date with a picture of him and Lars from their heydays back in the 80s, and it said it should have been Lars. And I fucking lost my shit. I'm literally in front of my employees crying, laughing so hard because it's so fucked up but yet so brutal.
Lars isn't the reason Metallica sucks now.
Actually, the new album is fantastic. I love it. It is
no way.
I love it.
Tristan, check Hangout Toolbox. I think you have the thing on. Your window looks small.
Tristan's the toolbox.
Oh, really? Did I turn it on and then fucking? Oh yeah, okay.
Bloop. There it is.
I'm back.
I just noticed that.
Back. Barbara Bush.
Phil bringing in the good stuff again.
Yeah, man.
Or leaving it. Oh crap! Have we drank all that?
Oh.
What are you drinking?
That Woodford Reserve that he brought last.
Oh, fuck! I'm so jealous. I've got Jameson upstairs. I should have brought it down. Oh yeah, that looks delicious.
Sure. We'll do some plastic.
The other bizarre story that I came across today, and Phil apparently did as well. Allison Mack, who played a significant role in the Smallville television series, which ran for something like 11 years, was indicted today on charges of human fucking trafficking.
Who hasn't?
For her involvement in an organization called Nexium out of Albany, New York. And it claimed to be a self-help program targeting women, but was in reality a pyramid scheme in which some recruits were exploited sexually and for their labor. And the top recruits were also branded with a symbol, which was a combination of the initials.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
So there was the leader of the cult, obviously. Allison Mack seemed to be the second in command who would draw these women in, being like, hey, we're really into like women empowerment and stuff like that. And there's records of her reaching out to other stars to try and get them involved. And they'd bring these women in and they'd raise them up in the ranks. And then they'd join this exclusive inner circle with this guy where they would live at his apartment, which was $10,000 a week. And basically serve him both doing chores and sexually. They would get branded with this symbol, which was a combination of his initials and Allison Mack's initials because she was second in command.
What?
Yeah, I told you it was fucked up, dude.
And they would, when they were wandering around the house,
yeah,
semi-nude, they would have to wear plastic cow udders over their breasts to symbolize their slavery. They were called slaves. So yeah, she's probably going down for that. Bad news for her.
All right, go Smallville.
So no Smallville reunion, then I guess.
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably maybe it's a big mix-up. Maybe
they just had one recently. Awesome Con was in town not that long ago.
Was she wearing udders?
Right. And Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum were there. If for those that don't know, that was Tom Welling played Clark Kent / Superman, and Michael Rosenbaum, as we were discussing earlier, played probably the best Lex Luthor to date.
Have you seen Jesse Eisenberg?
Oh, I loved it. I love it.
That's not his name, is it?
Like the most recent?
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Love it.
It might be Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, absolutely. But so they had like a get together and photo ops and all that. So I can only like imagine what their conversation is. Yo, fucks up with Allison, yo. Like, what? How did you not see that? I know you hit that. So how did you not see the brand? Like
why'd she have all these bitches wearing udders?
Yeah.
Phil, have you ever been sucked into a pyramid scheme?
No. Someone tried years when Quick Star was a thing.
Not even selling knives or anything like that.
My best friend at the time got sucked into Quick Star when that first came out, and
was that
like,
the energy one?
That was
Go Fast,
which is now it's the same thing now, which is still it's the same shit. It's just called like Amway Global, I think. And it's basically you buy your toothpaste and your toilet paper through a third party. There's some bullshit. Yeah. So I saw that it was complete. He was like a complete convert. He was like, I'm into this and this is great. And I'm like, no, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Was there any branding?
Not to my knowledge, but I wasn't part of I denied.
Not yet. They never start with the branding. It never starts there. That's later.
Get that 2x2 branding.
God damn it.
Tristan has a history with.
We were all young and dumb once, and some of us were.
You got caught up in the pyramid.
Yeah, I did.
Which one was it?
It was 2x2.net. It was changing.
I don't know what that one is.
It was changing name. It was selling. It was selling dial-up internet services, I think, basically.
Oh, okay. I can appreciate that. Respect to the hustle.
So it was a while ago.
Yeah. Right.
Well, like, and this was like when broadband was like becoming a thing, but they were still like, they would show you this map and they'd be like 80% of the country is still using dial-up. You're like, well, that makes sense. But like it was my first year in college. So I was 18. I was waiting tables and maybe working at a video game store at the time, like and trying to go to class. And I knew this guy, and he always wore basically a suit and had his hair slicked back, and he drove a nice car. And one day I was like, dude, what do you do? And he was like, well, I work for an internet company. Like, we're always looking for good people. If you're interested in an opportunity, let me know. And he was really cool about it. Like, that was basically all he said.
Like you.
What's that?
Yeah. Like, what do you do? I make money off idiots like you.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. But I mean, he set the hook hard. Like,
well, I remember you telling this before, where the difference between the approach made to each of us, because I was approached by somebody else, and they basically came in or like, hey, you do this, and they laid it out exactly like a pyramid scheme. And I didn't know what a pyramid scheme was at the time. But I was like, this just looks weird. And I went and asked my dad, and he's like, that's a fucking scam. Don't go anywhere near that. My dad doesn't curse. He was like, don't get anywhere near that shit.
It's funny you bring that up. Like, and
I'm still. But hold on. So the Tristan got like, it was like a whole production. They had like space rented out at a hotel, and they had like the main guy that led everyone, and there were like plants in.
So it was boiler room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot like Boiler Room. It was he was like, hey, if you're interested, why don't you come here? I want you to meet my boss, come to a quick meeting. We all get together and we discuss, sales tactics and stuff like that. And I went there and yeah, he's there. He's getting everybody. He's up on a stage. He's like, who's ready to make money? And everybody in the room, it's, fucking 80 dudes right about my age. Who wants to make money? Fuck yeah, I want to make money. Like, just fucking losing their minds. And I'm like, shit, yeah, I want in on this. Like, these guys look like they're having a great time. And then they put the hard sell on you and they're like, hey, look, here's, you're going to make a bunch of money. All we need is your, $300 or whatever it is. And I was like, shit, yeah. And yeah, no, I got fucking caught up in it. And
how long were you in it?
Not long, because I think gradually, if you're a smart person, it starts to dawn on you like, hey, we're not actually selling a product here. Like, nobody gives a shit if I actually like sign anybody up for service. Like, they just want me to bring more sales reps in.
Who'd you have to kill to get out?
What's that?
Who'd you have to kill to get out?
So basically the way most pyramid schemes end is they collapse and the people at the top run away with all the money.
Yeah, okay. You're right,
and that's basically what was happening by the time I got in, because it was 2x2.net, and then it was changing names when I was coming on board, which are the last death throes of any real pyramid scheme. And
we need to dodge the creditors. Let's
Yeah, and like the guys who, like, I got a check because I got a couple of people in, but then there were people above me who stayed in longer who like just stopped getting paid. So nobody really came after me like, hey, well, fucking what are you doing? Like, it was a huge mistake, but like, I was like, yeah, I want to make a bunch of money and have the things I want. And I was 18 and fucking retarded. It happens.
I was approached for a pyramid scheme not that long ago, maybe within the last year, and I have been over the years because I've been in retail for so long. That just comes with the territory if you're in retail.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So if you want, this is one of the few things that will turn nice guy, happy-go-lucky Phil into complete dickhead asshole Phil in 30 seconds. As soon as I figure out that you're trying to recruit me for a pyramid scheme, I will cut your head off.
Pyramid schemes are the devil, Bobby.
Exactly. And this is an opinion I formed on my own. I had no prior coaching besides seeing my buddy like, yo, dude, that don't make no sense. This sounds dumb.
I'm right here. You can talk to me. Instead of staring over, because when our screen switches,
I know I've done this before.
You were talking to yourself. You were staring at yourself on my computer screen.
I look good. Okay.
He's like,
I like to admire.
He's like, I wish I wore more orange.
Yeah, you made us very violet today, though.
I told you as soon as we sat down, I was like, we look too pink. Oh, well.
I had the opposite experience. I am
good color right there.
Wow. I am susceptible to high pressure sales tactics. And it's because at my core, I don't like high pressure situations at which I'm a disadvantage or in which somebody's offering me something that I really want.
Okay.
If I'm in control or if they're offering me something that I don't really want or need, then I don't give a shit. But if somebody is coming at me with something that I want deep down on the inside, like money or more free time or an easier lifestyle or a car or fucking who the fuck knows, I'm really susceptible to those things. And that experience with 2x2.net has always put me on edge because I ended up in a pyramid scheme that cost me $300 and probably a couple of friendships. I could have ended up in a fucking weird cult. And, if I lived in LA, that could have been Scientology. Like, we
would have talked to Brandon Tristan at this point.
Yeah. You'd be a sex slave.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have fucking
Mac or whatever.
Shit. Never mind.
Not that far off. That shit's fucking scary.
She's fine.
Phil's like, how do I sign up? When does she get out?
That was because Jamie actually
I'll take a branding.
Jamie actually sent me the link like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago about it. And I'm like, I'll be in a sex cult with her. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think
please.
I don't think anybody was servicing her, Phil. I think you'd have gotten to the top of that pyramid and found yourself impaled on a dick.
They would have had Phil running around with udders on his breasts.
Thank God, Allison. I've waited so long to be invited into the inner circle. She's like, oh, Phil, I've waited so long for you to be here too. I'm gonna get going, but Brian over there. Oh, what did they call Brian? Oh, fucking the leader of the Vanguard. That's what they called him. His code name was Vanguard.
That's right.
I'm going to go, Phil, but Vanguard over there will take care of you. Just get him whatever he needs or he'll brand you.
And stop by wardrobe before you get there.
So
your
what
costume
you're saying
is in the closet?
This guy was like the coolest guy at Games Workshop 10, 15 years ago. My name is Vanguard. He had like a sweet trench coat.
Yeah.
Damn, man, I'm fucking cool. Great wallet chain.
God bless the 90s.
Speaking of people who are easily misled, a famous YouTube celebrity who preaches homeopathic cures on her YouTube channel is being accused of using rabies-infected dog saliva to cure a 4-year-old who was misbehaving.
Forgive my ignorance, but what is homeopathic? I think I have an idea what it is, but I'm not.
Everything that Ty ties into.
Copy that. All right, we're good. Continue.
We love you, Tyler. We're gonna get you on here eventually.
The whole story.
That would be fantastic, and we will all wear onions on our feet that day.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, that was it. She has been accused. So she claimed to have used. She didn't. Nobody said, "Hey, you did this, and we caught you." She came right out and said, "I believe that this child was infected with toxins. I believe these toxins were similar in composure to the rabies virus." And one of the tenets of homeopathy is similar to traditional vaccines, right? You use a weakened form of the virus to build up the body's immunity to the full version of that virus. So what she did was she believed that this 4-year-old's behavior was a result of toxins built up in his blood, similar to the rabies virus. So what she did was take saliva from a rabid dog, or so she says, and inject it into the 4-year-old, and that would build up his body's tolerance to these toxins.
Hold on.
And it has cured his behavior.
Wait, inject?
That's a good point. I don't know whether there was an actual injection.
Okay.
It may have been ingestion.
What did she do? Make pancakes with them? Or
no, like homeopathic stuff tends to be like diluted in water.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Is the original stuff, but it's in a general sense, it's all the sort of alternative medicine, also known as bullshit.
Yes.
But what was she trying to cure? Life?
The kid was an asshole. He was acting out in a bunch of different ways. Details on that are a little sketchy because the kid's 4, so I think they're kind of trying to protect his identity. But
they're like, oh, see, it worked. Kid was acting like an asshole, no longer acting like an asshole. Slight problem. Kid is dead, but hey, it worked.
Yeah.
So she, quote unquote, cured the young boy of supposedly rabies-like symptoms, including bouts of aggression and poor sleep, by giving him a home remedy made from the saliva of a rabid dog. Canadian health officials, they're Canadian health officials are sounding off. And
well, you should have led with that. Fucking Canada.
Blame Canada.
Fuck Canada.
Roll America's hat.
Oh, fuck Canada. hate that.
Oh, so apparently the boy was bitten by a dog. And that's what, and after that, he began to act strange. He would hide under tables and even growl at people. So that's why she chose to treat him with
rabies
infected dog saliva. Yeah.
Sounds like a regular child that might be very emotionally disturbed for many of reasons.
I feel like that's a natural reaction to being around someone so stupid.
Or we can go with his evaluation. That's fine.
Part of the problem is the parents say he's like way better. He's fucking cured now. And that's what this woman keeps saying. She's like, ask the parents. Shit's okay. Like, I don't see what everybody's problem is.
That just reminded me. So I have this problem where I see something on Facebook that irritates me, and then I have to go into the comments section.
Yeah, don't do that.
We know.
No matter where you go, the comments section is always cancer. It is a terrible place to be. You never want to be there. I can't help myself. It's a problem. I shouldn't do it. I saw something where it was like a BuzzFeed article or something. It said like 10 products that have been proven not to work. And one of the ones on there was Airborne, which is,
I know Airborne.
Stuff. It's like you take it and it keeps you from getting
I've
sick.
actually taken it when I was not feeling so good, and I felt good the next day. That might have been a psychological thing.
Well, you know what else does that?
I'm not going to get into that right now, but
here's the quick thing. You know what else makes you feel better? A day away from being sick. Like, if you're sick for a day, you're most likely a little less sick than the day before. That's the point. And that almost that exact point. Somebody's like, one of the main comments was, I don't know. I still take Airborne and I think it works. And it, like in the title, it said placebo effect. And it's like, that's what a placebo effect is.
Right.
You think it's going to work, therefore it does. That's you just reinforced exactly what the article was. God, I hate people.
Would life be better if you were dumb?
Oh, see, that's tough.
Like pretty profoundly stupid.
Yeah, you'd have to be so
like
dumb.
Functioning, but you work at a gas station, you like not that everybody who works at a gas station is dumb.
For himself, so
I mean, Trump has made it work.
Copy that.
So that would be tough because you'd have to be so ignorant that you didn't know that you were dumb, or like, I don't know.
I'm not trying to say I'm smart, but like, I acknowledge that I'm ignorant just to things and not.
That's how you know you're smart enough, is if you can know when you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think, do you ever think about like Phil? Do you ever think about issues that you are maybe somewhat passionate about? Do you ever think like, what if I'm wrong?
No, because I believe them.
Really?
Absolutely.
Like, there's nothing that you have an opinion on that you think like, maybe the other side is right. I'm not talking about like your fucking religion, man. I'm talking about like fucking, Democrat versus Republican, fucking whiskey or vodka. Absolutely. Like, do you ever think about like, what if I'm wrong about that?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the whole point.
That is the sign that you're not the type of person I'm talking about.
But that's the whole point of like doing this or intelligent conversation or debates is that we can share our views and hopefully come to a middle ground or at least an understanding of each other. But apparently America is gone.
That's not who I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the person whose head hits the pillow at the end of the night and they're like, God damn it, it's good to be right about fucking everything. And they go to sleep soundly.
I question everything. I say even the things I do hold true. I still think about them every day or whatever,
So I'm a nice mixture of that where I'm like, God damn, it's nice to be right about everything I happen to vocalize today. I am wrong all the time, but I will rarely speak up if I have any question whether I'm right or not.
Fair enough.
Like, I will leave that alone. But if somebody's saying something dumb and I know that it's fucking dumb, I can't help but say something.
We know.
Phil brings up a good point. Like, this country these days is, and the world, mind you, is populated with a bunch of people. This, I think, relatively new concept of like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm dumb, but I'm right. Like, I don't need your opinion. I don't need your fucking facts. Like,
well, I think
like,
the problem
get in
is
the way of my opinion, my beliefs. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a platform for that now. I mean, that's social media. As soon as somebody that's just excessively wrong puts an opinion out there in the ether, it goes fucking viral, and then you see it. Like, that's how every viral video, every controversy starts. It's from somebody that was secluded enough to have a shit opinion or thought, and then they let it out. And the world catches wind of it, and they're like, what the fuck did that guy just say?
Like, I still hate Twitter, but as you know, see, I am Instagramming. It is my midlife crisis. It's basically the same picture. It's literally just me and Jason at every bar. That's pretty much my Instagram. But I'm trying to branch out a little bit and be better social media conscious, because that's, as much as the old soul that I've discussed, that's where we live now. That is where we live. You're involved. It happens. So with that comes more news feeds and things. So I'm trying to.
With great power comes great responsibility.
God damn it.
Telling shot.
he's like, we're gonna halt that.
Yeah. Alcohol, is that a thing?
I think that's what's happening.
Is there alcohols?
Yeah, but Tristan, do you see my point at all? I know it was abstract, but you see that? Like,
no, you veered off in favor of alcohol. I don't think you got to the point.
The point is that I'm trying.
You're doing more social media.
Yeah, I'm trying, but with that comes the news and the bullshit that you apparently subject yourself to daily.
Why do you point at me for the bullshit? I am offended, sir.
No, exactly. I'm with you. I've enjoyed Facebook a lot for 10 years now, probably longer than that.
So bad.
I've enjoyed it for a long time. I like seeing what people I don't get to see in person anymore are up to, especially now I'm dislocated from everybody I know, my family, my friends, and stuff like that. It is a real touch point for me for what people I like and like hanging out with are up to, but the feed gives me anxiety at this point. Like, just opening it up, like,
get up on that mic, Phil. See, I agree with you, except that I also feed off of that. I'm like Samson, but my hair is my fucking Facebook feed. The more fucking garbage there is on there, the stronger I become.
That's fantastic.
Feed into my hatred.
No, but see, my problem is, like, you know, I have friends who post fucking stupid, asinine shit that I know isn't true. And go ahead, I'm out of alcohols. Cheers.
How's the app? Is it full now or?
Oh, your fitness app, I guess. Chink.
I'm hydrating. That's all I got left.
That better be alkaline water, or you're gonna get toxins to throw off your chi.
No, I started. I've been to one fucking mixed martial arts class now. Now I'm fucking Conor goddamn McGregor. You guys didn't know?
God, but I was thinking about this the other day when it comes to social media. So I look at social media as like a platform. It's just like this is like, if people weren't enjoying this, if I was literally talking to no one, I know we're practically talking to no one. But if we were literally talking to no one, I wouldn't do it. Like I think it's fun to entertain people and try to learn to be more entertaining or say stuff that's funny or that sort of stuff. Like I think that's why I like bartending. That's why I like Facebook. Like I don't like making those posts where it's just like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I went to the store today and bought some kumquats and it was fantastic. Like
I don't do that type of Facebook. If I put something on Facebook, I mean it. Like
yeah, well, for me, I want it to be entertaining,
right?
So I just wish I could think on my feet enough to verbalize the stuff that I can do on Facebook in real time, because that's I think that's so much fun being able to like mold this thought into some post that you put up and a whole bunch of people like it and think it's funny, and that's a ton of fun to me. But
I mean, I love that shit. Like, I love when people I know are like trying to entertain and be funny or have a commentary on something. You know, I don't mind, you know, memes and stuff like that. I fucking love me some memes just like anybody else does. And I love seeing friends' opinions on movies and even current events and stuff like that. Like, that stuff to me is interesting. It's when we get to like, you know, people weaponizing this shit that fucking just Russian trolls have put on Facebook, like, you know, 20 reasons why we should fucking defund Planned Parenthood. Like, that shit gives me anxiety because I know that the people who are posting that stuff, like, there's nothing that I can say or do or no conversation I can have with them that's like, hey, maybe this is why that's not okay and why maybe you're not projecting.
I understand. I 100%, Tristan. Like, I have a friend I've known for years. He's a great dude. I never actually knew this about him, but he posted something on Facebook the other day, and he's always been. And in the last like 6 months, I noticed he's posted a lot of these like atheist posts, and not to bring religion in, but
no, I'm with you.
But he posted this one thing. It was like top 10 things that a believer will say to you when you're an atheist to try to get you to convert or something like that. And it was all things that like I wouldn't even ever say. Like it was all completely random bullshit. But I'm like, and he posted like three times in like a week. I would never say that.
I've seen stuff like that, and they are pretty accurate. The thing is, you don't approach it like that. You approach religion as like, that's what you believe, and you know, take it or leave it. You want other people to believe what you believe, but you're not going to be like, hey, you need to believe this.
No, we approach evangelization.
What?
Evangeliation? Neon Genesis?
I was going to say that was a great anime.
Yeah. No, we can.
No, I'm with you, Phil. I
approach that differently. But you see what I'm saying, though, right?
Atheists in their purest form are just as toxic as super religious people in their purest form. I'm with you. I get what you're saying.
I admit that I went through that.
Everybody does. Everybody goes through that phase where they're like,
every good atheist does, buddy.
All atheists and agnostic go through this phase where you're like, oh, loving and caring God. Ah, yeah, it must be nice to be that dumb. Yeah, no, everybody goes through that.
What about children's bone cancer? Like, oh, this escalated quickly.
Yeah. Thanks,
but no, I'm with you. You're going through Facebook. You're having this experience. You're like, oh, here's what all my friends are up to and what they think about and all these current events. And then it's like, fuck you and things you care about. And like,
yeah, like, dagger.
Well, okay. I guess I'll just go about my day. Fine.
So let me ask about two other wings of like the social media landscape. One is the person that has 50 Facebook friends and posts all the time, but has no reactions. And the other is the person that has like 5,000 Facebook friends and posts every meme that they've ever seen on the internet ever. Which of those makes less sense to you?
Neither. Because I think they're both retarded. I like the
Phil, we've discussed you can't use that word anymore. The R word.
So I
like the
I'm
ones
fucking-
in the middle.
Well, that's the point.
And I'm less than the middle, and I'm trying to be a better Facebooker. Okay. And I got the Instagrams now.
You're like, I'm hip.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Hey.
See, I had Instagram for 5 years, and I just started taking pictures 3 weeks ago. Okay.
I know you added me on there. I looked, you had no photos, and I immediately deleted you.
But
now you use it.
Now we're best friends again.
We're best friends.
I think we
Same with
talked
this guy
about
here.
this. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
So like I get time hop for all my social media stuff, right? Like it tells me like, shows me stuff I posted, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. A lot of it's really fun. All these old events. Oh, look, it's photos from my weddings. Oh, look, when Connor was 2. Like it's super fun. But the other thing it does is it brings up old like Facebook posts that I put up where they were just like huge fucking swings and misses. Like I had a post brought up yesterday, I think in my time hop, where I was mad because on my old drive home from work, I worked in downtown Baltimore, and I had to go right by First Mariner Arena, which I think is now Royal Farms Arena. And depending on the size of the band,
of course, it's Royal Farms Arena.
Yeah. Depending on the size of the band that was playing there, my commute home would be worse. So if it was some bullshit band you never heard of, wouldn't be a big deal. But if fucking WrestleMania was there, not WrestleMania, but if the WWE was there or some huge act was there, it'd take me forever to get home because their tour buses and shit would block up traffic. So like, I guess 6 years ago, Rihanna played Royal Farms Arena and had 12 tour buses there. And I was like, why does Rihanna have 12 tour buses? Like,
ask Gary.
I was like, does she have a band that I don't know about? Or like, what's the fucking deal? And I said, what is her band called? I get it. The band should be called Rihanna and the Black Ice, which at the time was a fucking terrible domestic violence joke that I decided to fucking let go out into the world. Rihanna and the Black Eyes. You get it? Chris Brown, because she got beat up. Yeah. So it's not a very good joke, and it's a fucking awful domestic violence joke. And now every year, Time Hop is going to come back around and be like, remember when you said this, you dumb asshole?
I was just thinking the extra tour buses were for the rest of her forehead.
Oh, well, that's good too. Medics. I
need a medic.
Medic.
Jesus.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, oh, thanks, Time Hop. Is there a way that I could just fucking?
I actually just re-signed up for Time Hop about a week ago because on my old phone, it didn't work properly, and then I've had this for a while, but I always would go to Facebook and go on this day and see what it did. But then the new Time Hop application, as you said, it brings up like Facebook, but it also brings up like things of our history, like 23 years ago, this came out, and which is depressing.
So it combines that
Facebook sadness with
Facebook sadness and that guy that shares every different meme that ever existed ever. Probably. I don't need 35 people telling me every time a video game was released 20 some years ago.
And is a constant reminder of the constant movement of time and how old you're getting and inevitable death looming right over your shoulder.
Speaking of that, I watched a documentary last
R.I.P. Barbara Bush.
Right. I watched a documentary last Sunday. It was on the History Channel, and it was called The Untold Story of the 90s. And I'm a big documentary fan, and this was fucking awesome. It was from everything from the Berlin Wall to the thing they ended with, and this is one of the major things that made me think this, and I was thinking it the whole time, is they started with Netscape. If we all remember Netscape, okay, we're of that age that we know Netscape, and then
that sounds boring. What's your favorite documentary?
Ken Burns Baseball.
Ooh.
That also sounds boring.
That's fucking brilliant.
Try again. What's number 2?
Can I finish telling you about the one I'm talking about right now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But anyway, I was
Boring.
Netscape. I'm with you. Go ahead.
come here every time. Last time I swore I would never come back here.
Look, man, I like you a lot. I'm just trying to get to the fucking meat of what we're going to here. Netscape, go.
And we all
Answer the question.
right,
Phil.
right.
That's a throwback to the first episode.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Netscape, fucking you keep asking to be let go. Come on, fucking. We all remember Netscape. Where are we going?
Netscape.
And then the evolution of the browser and all that. And I'm literally thinking to myself, my fucking millennial employees need to watch this and try to like he's asleep again. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, y'all need to watch this shit and understand what we went through and changes. And
what's the documentary that everybody needs to watch that they aren't?
Walmart, the high cost of low cost.
Good one. Okay, there we are.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah,
Although,
I'm with you.
Like all documentaries, they found out a lot of it was bullshit.
I haven't heard that, but I would believe it.
I don't know, man. I like anything that takes Walmart down a peg, and Amazon at this point. I fucking love me some Amazon, but they are right up there.
I am selfish as fuck. I do not care about Walmart employees. If you're there, you're working a job.
Yeah, but you're paying like Walmart and Amazon, like huge portions of their employees are on food stamps. So like,
I didn't know that about Amazon. I knew that about Walmart, but I did not know that about Amazon.
Yeah, the study just came out the other day. There's a huge percentage of Amazon employees who are on food stamps. Like their working conditions are fucking awful. Everybody I've ever talked to who's worked in an Amazon center says it's fucking grueling. There's stories coming out of Europe where guys are pissing in bottles to make their productivity. Even the high level executives who come out of there say, "Yep, Amazon chews up people like they are a disposable fucking resource. Like that is what they do. Like it is an insustainable." Everybody's like, "Oh, Walmart is the company that's going to end up in Wally." It's not. Fucking Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Coming again to save the mother. Oh, we gotta get on Phil's Instagram.
Yeah. I gotta choose my face.
Do you know? Do you
for the gram.
Technology difficult?
Let's try it again.
Technology difficult? Is that a thing, Mike?
Did that work?
Perfect. I like it.
I do this now. It's my midlife crisis.
I have no idea what time we started recording. Has it been an hour, like 2 hours, or
about an hour?
A year and a half? I don't even know.
So Phil managed to get me to hang on to the card.
Yes, that was very, very much in my mind when I got here. I was like, I'm even thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, all right, I got to find a way to get Mikey not to lose the card before he even sits down in the chair.
There's probably 5 or 6 in this chair at this point.
How do they all fucking end up? Oh, because you like pull them and then you end up pulling an auxiliary one?
Yeah, I'll sit it and then like put it here or whatever, and then
yeah,
I don't know what happens.
Like, where's the fucking card? Yeah, okay.
So I have no. Oh, hey, look at that! It's my bar blade that I've been looking for.
Oh, there it is.
Those are the reason why I started bartending, because I wanted to carry one of those in my back pocket more than anything.
I really want to get one of the ones that's like a balisong, like a butterfly knife.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good.
Like do all this crazy shit and then fucking injure myself, and then it'll break and fly off into a customer.
Maybe a patron, yeah.
Anyway, we have the card. You're literally Instagramming right now.
Absolutely. What do you got to do it when the moment happens, man? That's what social media is, right?
Phil's a 9-year-old girl now.
He did say he took a picture of his salad the other day.
9-year-old girl is really into baseball.
And with the picture of my salad, I said, since I'm documenting my life
You
now.
said you were really into documentaries. I gave you a chance to pick your favorite documentary, and you went with fucking Ken Burns baseball. What the fuck, dude?
I don't know if I don't know if I have a favorite documentary. I like any documentary. Like
so disappointing.
Fucking
just
there's
like
so many, like just any, like even like behind the scenes.
You've never actually seen a documentary, have you? This
I've
is
seen so many.
like pulling the title off the top of your head.
As you won't be surprised by this at all, but just like anything else, my favorite thing about documentaries is proving that they're wrong. So it's like I love documentaries because I hate documentaries because I love documentaries.
You should just gone with like Man on Wire, Jiro Dreams of Sushi or something.
Is that one any good?
Jiro Dreams of Sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
Really?
I really
popped up on my Facebook forever because I do watch a lot of documentaries, and I was like, that looks like nothing I want to see.
If you're into that if you're into people who are really good at really niche crafts, like if you're into people who've just been doing things their whole lives and are really good at one particular thing, that's the kind of stuff I find really interesting. I follow a subreddit about it. Like that kind of stuff is always really fascinating. So to me, Jiro is really cool because that's what it's about. But if you're bored by just one thing like that, then
I mean, it's no Ken Burns baseball, but
yeah, I mean, what is really?
Would you rather we'd love to have you back so we can just crush your hopes and dreams, just like
that's you every time.
That's what we're here for.
I have fun though, so that's fine.
That's what we like to do here.
And I left my best bottle of liquor here, so I was forced to come back to actually drink it. So
whatever excuse you got to use, it's cool. Would you rather squeeze a drinking glass in your hands until it shatters, or break a bottle over your head?
Jesus, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go with squeezing in the hand. Because yeah, your hand might be fucked up and whatever, and the nerve damage might be severe, but instead of the day, over the head, you don't know where that glass is gonna go. That might go in your eye. That might somehow penetrate your temple.
Would you rather? I feel like it means you have to do the process. So would you rather shatter a glass in your hand or take a bottle and smash it over your own head?
I'm gonna go bottle over my head. Here's why.
We're rethinking it.
Hold on. Easy.
Total risk, right? You smash a glass in your hand, like there's all kinds of tendons and nerves and stuff like that you could cut open. Head, exactly. Head, like skull, like it may bleed like a motherfucker, like it may look bad, but there's no major arteries there. You're not going to shove a glass bottle through your skull. So like I wouldn't do it here because you could like really fuck up some stuff on here. If you do it on the back of your head, you may bleed. You may even leave a nasty scar on your scalp, but you're not going to die. You're not going to cause.
No, Tristan, I agree with you now.
What about a plastic vodka?
Yes.
Yeah, I wish you would just go with that as hard as you could without like letting him know that it wasn't glass first. That would have been amazing.
No, I agree 100%. I misinterpreted the question. No, I agree with you because I can control. I'll just throw that shit on the back of my head because that's strong and it'll be fine.
You got a strong head.
I do.
So I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah, I mean it's a little counterintuitive, but I think that's the way to go.
All right. So would you rather streak naked through your office or be known as the office farter?
Office farter, because I am the office. I'm the work farter. That's what I do. It actually came up 3 weeks ago. Like.
I'll go on.
I dropped one, and my employee PJ was like, "Yo, Phil."
May he rest in peace.
He's like, "Dude, what's up?" It was like, "Bro, I've been dusting this counter for 8 years. You don't even know, son. Like, back up off my game." And he left me alone.
Fair enough.
It's gotta be office.
It, man, you gotta let it out. You gotta let it out.
It's gotta be office farter. My life's not a fucking 80s team comedy. If I go streaking through my office, I get fucking fired and probably sued.
Nobody gets to get fired because they had to, let the gas go.
I mean, I don't work at some wacky pizza place. Like, I can't just be fucking wandering about naked.
It's gone forever. I dropped it again.
I'll get it, buddy. I'll get it. Don't worry. Tristan, I'll take care of him. Don't worry. But no, it's not a wacky pizza place.
I mean, it's the best wacky pizza place, but I mean, come on.
Hey.
It's no Portales.
I see your.
I mean, you guys serve pizza square. I mean, what the fuck is even going on over there?
Behind the normal Orioles gear, so you've got to miss the Litos.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I love that place. But you can't go fucking running through the back room balls out there either. So yeah, it's the office farter, which sucks, but it's a
challenge accepted.
Is there a place where you could work where you could go streaking through it and be like consequence free? Not in 2018, right?
I mean, my jobs, not my day job. Not
the day one, but the night ones.
The night one,
you could show a little bit of dick and it probably would go unpunished.
All right, so quick story. Nate, formerly of Nottingham's.
The Nate.
Are you familiar with how he quit there?
Somewhat, yes.
I got a very brief rundown of it. Apparently, so he's a crazy dude, fucking funny as hell, been bartending forever, whatever. He worked.
I can vouch for that. One of the best guys I've ever met.
Yeah,
he's fantastic.
He worked at Notty's for long as I can remember. Anyway, when he left, apparently he stripped down naked, got up on the bar.
Yep.
And
Mikey, I'm gonna have to interject here for a second.
He gave you the opportunity to tell this story.
What?
That was a thing that he would do.
Right.
Anyway.
God damn it, Phil. Welcome to the point of the whole story.
Apparently, I came too early. I've heard that before. Sorry, ladies.
Ayo.
Can't make fun of yourself.
No, so that was my point. Is like this guy used to get fucking naked at the bar all the time. He left.
The last conversation I had with him at Nottingham's was him butt naked on the bar stool at Tiki, and I'm there. Thank God, with his back turned to me.
Phil's an ass man. Would you rather?
Wow.
Devour a double scoop of lard on a sugar cone. Or drink a pint of fish oil.
Lard.
Fish oil. Because that's good for you.
So's lard.
No, it's not.
All right, maybe it's not. But it is on a sugar cone, and sugar cones are fantastic.
No, Phil's right. Fucking double scoop of lard. That's a fucking incredible quantity of something that your body is.
And you can chase it down with the excess water that you have. So
I don't know what raw fish oil would taste like. Could you like get that down? Would your body swallow?
It would tace like fish.
As long as it's not anchovy oil, because that's the grossest. I deal with that on a daily basis. That's terrible. But if it's like regular ass fish oil, fine.
So do you know fish oil like pills?
Yeah, I
capsules.
Yeah.
So you can take a couple of those and you'll burp and it tastes like fish. Imagine, what is it?
A glass?
A pint of fish. 16 ounces of that.
One solid beer
of fish oil. So it would probably just taste like anything from Flying Dog.
But it's so good for
curveball.
Shots fired. Nice.
Police respond. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Nice.
Anyway, for those that aren't aware,
local brewery down.
Local brewery in Maryland is garbage.
They don't have the right to hang the Old Bay flag outside their establishment.
Their artwork, fantastic though. I would probably still do fish oil just because I can chug pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's the only
It's still
reason.
good for you. Fish oil is good for you.
That much fish oil is not good for you.
Is there mercury in it?
Probably.
Okay, that's fine.
And so,
because I eat a lot of tuna
now,
so I've researched how much you can really have, and everybody like my mom is actually like super conscientious about it. Like, oh, you can't have more like 2 tuna sandwiches a week. I'm like, Mom, it's cool. I did my research.
Can I just let you know something though? Fish oil may aggravate prostate cancer.
Okay, good to know.
So
my dad survived that. So
good. Side note: how many tuna sandwiches a week are you eating?
Depends on the week, actually. Like this week, I won't have any. But
I mean, not to brag,
but some weeks is it 10?
No, we're talking about ounces of tuna going into.
I'd just like to point out that he had to think about that.
Right, yeah, it's in that zone, right? Like I kind of nailed the ballpark anyway. You had to be like, nah, it's never more than 8.
Yeah.
I have a problem, okay.
Like
I love
my
me
strange addiction, tuna fish sandwiches.
It's just the way you said that.
I'll be in the gutter with a can of like of albacore, and I don't have a can opener, and you just find me in the rain, like.
So why? So wait, what are the two different types of tuna? There's like
chunk light and albacore.
No. Like there's like the preparation.
I'm an albacore fan.
There's the preparation.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Explain yourself, because you're dying. I understand that. So
I just want to let him laugh.
Sorry. Now I'm just imagining Phil with like a lunchbox full of tuna sandwiches each day.
This is that peasant shit. He throws out anything that's not albacore.
And we're back to shitting on me. Fantastic.
Hold on. 2 questions. So what I was getting at, there's chunk, and then there's like whatever that other bullshit is.
Yeah.
Where it's like fucking shredded or something. It's got
I hate that.
It's got like fish hooks in it and shit.
We ordered it. We ordered that. We don't make tuna a lot at work, but
I would hope not. It's a pizza place.
No, but we do, because people ask for tuna stuff. Because we had when I first started. We had tuna on the menu.
People are upset about pineapple and pizza, and there are people asking for tuna.
Pineapple and pizza is stupid.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't prefer it.
Dumb,
but I don't have a problem with it.
It's very dumb. It's very dumb.
You know the only people who are worse than the people who put pineapple on their pizza? The people who are really fucking crazy about not putting pineapple on your pizza. Fucking mind your business. Who gives a shit? Nobody's asking you to eat it. Fucking chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of toppings that are much worse than pineapple.
Yeah.
And anchovies? Why is that a thing? Why is that still a thing? I can understand that being a thing when there were no other toppings.
You see my breathing right now. I have to sell that.
Ugh.
When people like that, I have to make those pizzas sometimes. And
I have to tell those people to go fuck themselves.
I cannot, because they spend good money in
all right. So real quick, I'm going to go. So we're low on time, but yes, chunk tuna, good. Whatever that other shit, garbage. Water or oil? Go.
Water.
Tristan?
I don't know the difference.
You would.
It's a huge difference.
So
water,
tuna tastes like whatever you put in it. If you're oil, it tastes like you soaked tuna in more tuna. It's like even
with when I got the water,
boiled down the essence of what people don't like about the taste of fish and turned it into.
But I love tuna, but I would not want oil, because it's oil on a. I'm looking more like I even don't even know the word at this point, but I'm looking more at the point that oil on a somewhat solid surface but yet can absorb things is not going to be good for it. So therefore, water, you drain. I even wash it out a little bit, and it's because I put it in and I can add my seasonings and whatnot. But if you're going with oil is sticky. Oil absorbs. Oil is going to be around for a while, which I think helps your point.
Oh yes, we got there. I was very confused that was what was going on, but. High five.
Number 3.
What? No, we're on to 4 already.
Sweet.
Yep.
Would you rather, as an alleged murderer, try to beat a lie detector test? If you fail, you go to jail for life, or serve 5 years in prison, after which you will be released with no further questions asked.
That's the dumbest question I've ever heard in my entire life.
Is it? It just says an alleged murderer. Try to beat a lie detector test. If you fail, you go to jail for life.
If you're alleged, I mean, alleged means so many things in the world now because there's so many cop shows that have violated the word alleged.
Assume
therefore, if you're alleged,
you murdered somebody.
Did he? He's an alleged.
No, you did it. In this case, we're assuming you've committed a murder. Maybe it was for good reason, outside the boundaries of the law, but you committed a murder. You can either try and beat the lie detector test if you lose,
pineapple on pizza. I'm just kidding.
Or go to jail 5 years, no questions asked.
I'm still going with I'll take the sentence and rebuild my life, because if I'm a alleged murderer and according to Tristan, I did it, I'm not going to pass the lie detector test. So I'm going to fry.
I would take the time.
Yeah, I do too. Lie detectors are
5 years, not that long.
No, for murder, no, not at all.
And honestly, I would take that time, get another degree, get fucking jacked as shit, and come out and maybe have a little time getting that first job, but I'd do all right. Albacore. Would you rather come home to find Albacore? That's it. That's the Albacore salute to whatever the WhiteKanda.
That's
WhiteKanda.
That is our thing. We just started it right. We started it right now. You're on Last Paul.
Last Paul?
Yeah, you're a man. I'm not even drunk. I can't talk right now.
Did you guys just start a white supremacy group right now on air, live on fucking YouTube? Because that's amazing.
Well, so much for monetization.
Get in here.
I'm just kidding. We don't monetize shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Would you rather start
WhiteKanda.
a white supremacy? I'm just kidding. That's not the question.
That's terrible.
Would you rather come home to find that a prankster has nailed all your windows shut, or has taken the labels off your canned goods? That's a pretty good prank.
Oh, wow. All right.
Who has canned goods anymore?
I mean, I have like 12 cans of total. Like, that's a mild inconvenience. That's $8 worth of food as opposed to $5,000 worth of windows I need to replace.
Right?
Like,
I'll have to be inclined to agree.
Yeah. When did they write this question? How old is this box? Where did I find this?
I guess if you don't give a fuck about any of your windows, they're made of wood. It's one nail. You can just go and like pull them all out. It's an afternoon's worth of effort. Still not worth the. I mean, I guess unless you have a basement full of cans, maybe this is an issue. Like, you're a doomsday prepper. You 4,000 cans of stored goods in your basement. Then maybe I'm like, fuck the windows.
Honestly, I've lived in this house for 13 years. I've opened the windows once, and that was when the air conditioner died.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
wish I could live that open window life more, but it just doesn't happen.
That's effort. You have to pay attention to shit. Fuck that. Everything's automated. We're lazy millennials.
Fuck my canned goods.
I mean, technically, we are.
I don't think you are.
No, Jason broke it down for me. I technically am.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I think
I fucking hate every time he brings it up.
Aren't you like 51?
Just one last big turd right on Phil.
Yep, pretty much.
Just to wrap that show up.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know how old
No, I'm not. But
any of you
so
ladies,
the natural response to this question is no, I'm not 51. I am 47.
I'm 36, you dickbag.
Oh, so close.
If any of you ladies are looking for a 51-year-old man with a strange affinity for the color orange, please contact Last Call Podcast.
Fucking loves tuna.
Big into albacore.
No oil.
No oil. No
Probably
oil
didn't murder anybody.
This is the strangest Last Call podcast.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Willing to take a lie detector. No, I'm not willing to take a lie detector. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much for joining us on this Last Call podcast.
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe the last call podcast. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe this is it.
You're shut down.
You're terrible. Thank you, buddy.
We appreciate all four of you tuning in every week and listening to our program whenever we manage to put this together. I don't know how much we got coming up because I got the baby on the way coming soon. So
that's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
After
you are the American dream.
I mean, between that and Marvel movies coming out, I don't know if we have time.
You literally are the American dream. You can see all the Marvel movies, have a family, have a baby, and hate everything at the same time.
Yeah.
And be protected by the Constitution. So that's fantastic.
WhiteKanda represent.
WhiteKanda. Yeah. Deuces.
Love you guys. We'll see you next time on the next Last
Bye, Tristan.
Bye.
I'm going to keep talking until you cut it off.